Boom! And welcome back. This is my second video of this year showing my camera gear. When we came into 2017, I had one kind of gear and now I have some other gear and I would like to show you. This video is popularly known as what's in my camera bag. It's not only what's in my camera bag, it's also what gear do I use to make my videos. Let's start with the bag. Now this is a National Geographic bag. This is a small bag where you have room for the camera equipment down here. And also you have a compartment up here where you can throw in wires and other stuff. And you can have your stand on the side here. Now, the thing about me and bags, especially luggage bags where I carry around stuff in, is that I am never really satisfied with them. And I would actually quite like to get something new. So if you have good suggestions for camera bags where you can also transport other stuff than your camera gear, please let me know, because that's pretty much what you need, because I do a lot of traveling where I need to bring a lot of camera gear. And this kind of fulfills my needs if I am going away for a few days, but if it's any more, then I'm kind of screwed. Let's start with the cameras that I have. The last video that I made, I had G7X, I switched that into an M6, and then I had the Sony A7S. I still have the Sony A7S, that is what I am filming on right now. Now this is what I'm using right now. This is the A7S Mark II, and this is my go-to camera whenever I'm doing pro stuff or videos like this, because this is a beast of a camera that shoots in 4K. It is a beast in low light, and also it has a really good picture. This is the screen that I use to focus on me on. One of the new cameras that I got is this one. This is the Sony A6500. This has two functions for me. I use this to shoot B-roll or shoot second angles whenever I'm doing corporate stuff, because this is almost as good as the A7S. It is really good in the low light. It shoots 4K. There is an APS-C crop factor, but that doesn't matter. And it takes all of my big expensive E-mount lenses as well. And also I use this for vlogging because this has the option of an external mic input. It's small and light and it makes really good footage. The new one that I have is this one. This is the Sony A5100. Now this is my new main vlogging cam. The thing is that I probably should have bought the RX100 Mark V, but for some weird reason I still think that it is too expensive, so I'm gonna buy everything else until I get to the RX100 Mark V. So right now this is the one I use because it has a flip-up screen, it has E-mount, so I can actually put all of my expensive lenses on here as well, and it is a mirrorless with the same sensor as the A6000, so this is actually a really good camera. Now this is better in low light. Not with the kit lens on, but with another lens, this actually is a very good camera because the ISO on this goes to, I think, 24,000. And also, it's a really good photographer camera. It's a 24 megapixel camera, so it takes actually really good pictures as well. Then I have my GoPros. I have the Hero 4 that I'm mainly using for recording travel videos. These are little beasts and they're really good. Now, when I was in the States not that long ago, I got the Hero 5. The Hero 5, such a good little thing to have because now it has a screen, but also it has amazing in-body image stabilization. So whenever I'm putting it on a motorcycle or on a skateboard, things actually look kind of smooth. My battery cut out, so if I'm sitting different, that's why. So lenses. To start with, I have to say that the lenses that I use, I'm still trying to figure out which ones that I like. Now, the one I'm using right now is a Sigma 20mm 1.4 art lens. Now this lens I really like, so I know that that one is a keeper. I also got myself another Sigma lens, which is a Sigma 19mm art DN lens, which means that this doesn't work on a full frame camera. But this one is a little plasticky, but it's also a really good lens, and I usually put this on the 6500 or for vlogging on the 5100. I have a Sony 28mm 2.0. Now this was actually my main go-to lens for a while before I got the Sigma. This is a sharp, really good lens. It has a good light intake because it has a kind of a low aperture. I still bring this pretty much to everything that I use because just in case, because this is a really good lens. The one that I'm using mostly right now whenever I'm doing vlogging or I'm just doing montage stuff, and also when I'm doing second angles to when I'm doing corporate stuff, is my Canon FD 50mm 1.4. Now this one is a little softer. It's not as sharp, but it is sharp enough. This one, I really love this one. Really good look to have. And also, I don't really use autofocus whenever I'm filming, so I don't need the autofocus. And the manual focus here is smooth and nice and really good. So this one I actually use quite a lot. I'm mostly using the Sigma whenever I'm vlogging anyway, so this one is just kind of on here so I could have this off and show you to it. That is my basic camera gear. So I just got myself one of these. Now this is a Manfrotto 290 Lite. This one comes with the Be-Free fluid head, which is the cheapest one they have. Both the head and the stand is the cheapest one that Manfrotto makes, but it is really annoying to have to spend $1,000 on a stand. It's a boring thing to buy when you would rather like to buy a new glass or a new camera or something else. So I started out with a really cheap one, but I have been using this for a few days now, and this is really good. It's cheap, but it's really good. So I can just imagine on how good the expensive are. And I'm probably gonna get the expensive ones, but not right now. This thing is what I primarily use for sound whenever I'm vlogging. This is a Rode Video Micro with a dead cat on. So let's just take that off. Now it's not much bigger than this. I think that this is a really underappreciated little mic. It's a really good one. This one is powered by the camera, which means that the range on it is not as good as one of the other ones that has a battery in them to power them. As a vlogger, this one is a godsend. It has a really good dead cat, so whenever you're outside, you don't have wind issues, and it's small, and it is nice, and it doesn't look too big, and I really like that. The other ones that I use is this Rode lavalier mic that I have right now. I just ordered a wireless set from Rode that I'm getting, but right now it is still on a cord directly to the camera. For editing, I'm using my MacBook Pro 2017. I use Final Cut Pro like pretty much everyone else, and then I use Color Finale to color grade, where I have bought some LUTs that I'm customizing. So if you're wondering how I'm getting these cool colors that I am, it is pretty much just that. I'm using something right now called the Captain America LUT. The A7S I use whenever I'm doing travel videos, or I have to do montage stuff or band stuff or stuff like that in low light. That is my main go-to, also when I'm doing these interviews, because that is the best main camera that I have, and it is a full frame, and it is really good in low light, and it is a really good camera. So that is my main boy. The one that I use the most is the Sony A6500. I use this for vlogging next to this one. So these two compared fulfills my vlogging needs right now. Probably gonna change it out in a minute anyway, but right now these two is what I use. For whenever I'm doing motorcycle, skateboard, or more travel stuff, I am also using my GoPros. All of this has for now been able to be in this bag, and I can use my Manfrotto stand whenever I have to do more corporate stuff, or I have to do stuff where I have to do interviews like now. I'm using the old one that I have right now. All my future videos is gonna be filmed on this one. For all the editing that I'm doing, I'm using Final Cut. Now, I do know how to use Premiere, and Premiere is probably a little better if you want to do more. It is a bigger engine and you can probably do a whole lot more there, but my pace there is just so slow, and I really do like Final Cut because it makes everything easy. So that is what I'm using. This is the end of the video. Now, if you like this video, smash that like button or subscribe to my channel. That would be so nice. You can even comment down there if you think I'm doing anything wrong or if I could do anything better. And you can just even tell me what it is that you're using to record with, because I'm always trying to learn new stuff, and I'm also kind of a tech nerd. So I'm probably gonna like whatever you're writing because I want to go check that out. Now, this is the end of this movie. So without any further ado, have a very nice week.